Hello guys, welcome back to SSA Performance. So we've been waiting for a couple of months from Hurley Racing because they did the live boarding and the billet main caps. So we've finally got it all back now, so that we can finally build the engine. All the parts, what's here is turbo kit, all these engine built parts, everything for this car is all here now. So what we're going to do today is build the engine and hopefully can get it in for tomorrow maybe. It just all depends on time and if we run into any issues. As you can see, all billet main caps. We don't really see billet main caps on these 4Es. We've only done it twice, I believe. So we can push a lot more power than stock main caps, because that's what we limited the torque graph on the dyno. So when we're tuning the cars, we like to keep it at 250 foot-pounds of torque. The reason why, because these main caps, with billet main caps, you can chuck how much boost you want through it, how much torque you want through it, they will not snap. So it's the next day now. Sean overnight built the bottom end where all the pistons, rods, crank, billet main caps are in. Sean's just looking some RTV. We've got an oil pump on there, the rear main seal as well. Everything's all cleaned out. So he's got his stud and nut conversion on the block as well. So head studs, because obviously we're going to push over 350 horse out of this engine, and it's got Wasner pistons as well. Not many of you have seen this, obviously you've probably seen this on Facebook and everything, but we have undersealed this car as well. As you can see underneath, looks really mint now. It's always used to be mint, but obviously you just want some underseal on this.
So we've just installed the 4-age head studs. These are 10mm, so they're a mil bigger than stock. You have to chop a couple of mil off this side because of the cams. It will catch the gears, so you have to it's about 5mm. And yeah, you have to drill and tap the block. You need it on a flat bench with a pillar drill, so you get them nice and straight. So and then you have to drill the head out as well, so they'll slide straight over.
So, head's gonna go on now. We built this head, how long ago? About a month ago, Sean, for waiting for the block. Obviously the billet main caps, because Hurley Racing did them.
So with the head studs, you have to use these washers, part numbers there, because the ones that come with a 4-age kit are too big. So that's the ones that will fit this head. So this is all being shimmed. All the valves clearance has been done on this. As already said, we've been waiting for the block, so spare time we just did the head, so when we built the engine, just bolts on, and we don't have to do anything because everything's all done. So that's nice and torqued up to spec now. Obviously Sean's going to let the head settle for about half an hour and then double check it before he puts the cams in. That's what we like to do. So it's the next day now. Sean has built the engine, as you can see.
from yesterday, which you put the head on. Sean's tucked all that up, put the cams in. SSA Performance fuel rail as well. His nice painted intake manifold as well. So I laid all the bits out. So he's got a Weber top mount turbo kit with a GTX 28. Is it a 61? 64 rehousing. We've got the side exit exhaust from Weber as well, which is really nice. It's got his Weber boost pipes as well. We've got, with the clutch side of the transmission, we've got a stage 4 competition clutch and a light flywheel. And also we've got a Garrett intercooler as well, with some can't fucking say it now. Site Tech fuel pressure regulator. We've got a Link Monsoon. We've got a Link can gauge, and there's the Link Monsoon with Sean's made a plug and play loom. So we've got a tile wastegate as well for the boost with a screamer pipe, and here's his silicone hoses as well for the Weber intercooler kit. And also with the he's got a K20 core pack conversion kit with a nice plate. What else?
Hey man, nice plate.
So you got a Site Tech fuel pump as well. So this build is going to be nice. So we're going to get the rest of the engine built back together now with his rocker cover and his K20 core pack conversion kit. And then we're going to get the engine in the car, and I'll get back to you when we start bolting on all the nice parts.
P.S. We've also got to finish off his wiring loom, so we're going to probably bolt this in either with the gearbox or without it, because we've got to finish off his wiring loom, and then we'll probably add a couple of B-rolls of that, because we need to do some chopping and some soldering to make it all nice and tucked. Me and Ashley Young have just finished polishing his bay, so yeah. And on that note, see you shortly.
So the engine is on the floor. There's no gearbox in it at the moment. It's because we are doing a wire tuck. Customer wanted a wire tuck on this, so Reese is the gods at wire tucking because he's done it to his car. He said, just leave the box out for now, and we're going to bolt the engine just with one mount, as we always do with the gearboxes. As I said, Sean's already put the loom in for the Link. These are the K20 core pack version kit loom. So here we have, should be 4 connectors here. Obviously just dangling because Reese is making all nice and neat. So when we put the engine in, this is going to be a very cool engine bay, because there's going to be no wires seen on either connectors for the K20s and the injector plugs. But we're going to try and hide it best as we can. That's why the box is not on. So when the customer looks in the engine bay, it's going to look nice. In the engine bay, Reese and one of our customers, Ashley Young, big shout out to them too for doing Jake's engine bay, because it looks absolutely mint.
We showed a difference of before and after. It would have been cool.
Yeah, but shout out to Ashley Young. We built his car ages ago. I'm going to just show you really quickly what his car looks like. Show me all the parts. Shout out to Ashley. He's Glanza. It's running 300 horsepower, and obviously just been fresh MOT'd. So the engine is officially in now, just by one mount. Where we have put rags on so it doesn't damage any of the paintwork, and also the power steering pump as well. Reese is going to do the wire tuck now. It's done all the wire behind the bay. There is some exposed. How do I say this? Wait.
It's not been cloth taped yet, because we built the base branch at the back, because you can't really modify that too much. And then, for example, if the TPS needs extending, or the map sensor wire needs shortening, or the brake booster valve needs shortening, why tape it all up when it's not in the car? Because you're going to have to cut it all off, peel it all back, and then retape it anyway. So the only thing that's taped here is the main branch that runs down through the car. Everything else is all exposed for now, so when we plug everything in, we can see what needs extending, what needs shortening, and we can cut and solder to length and then tape them up. Bosh.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to crack on, get it all repaired, and then we'll get back to you when we got the box in.
Yes, sir.
We don't want to bore you too much,
No.
basically.
Wiring's boring. No one wants to see
No
wiring.
one wants to see that. So, it's the next day now. Turbo kit. Last night, what did we do, Reece? We did the gearbox. It's all bolted in now.
We did. It is.
It's all in. So, didn't want to get that on camera. We don't want to bore you putting a gearbox in. Just
No.
boring stuff.
That's a regular, everyday occurrence for me
Everyone
and
wants to
Dan
see
anyway.
this, and this is quite heavy. I don't know how I just lifted that. So I'll take his turbo blanket off. Lucky for me, half rad is already out because these top mount turbos, the only way you'd get them on, obviously we would have bolted the turbo on. You set the turbo off and then bolt it on and put the turbo on. But luckily, half rad's out. So it's a bit of awkwardness, but it gets in. So you have to put them at different angles at a certain time. I've done it before, I'm going to do it again.
Look at that.
So
Dan
like that.
Defo played Tetris as a kid.
So, turbo. There we go. I've already test fitted it all last night before we went home because I just want to make sure everything fits because you never know, they could make a little mistake.
And we got excited, not going to lie.
Yeah, I got more excited.
Torch died.
Got more excited than anything. But as you see, the turbo looks actually really cool.
Monstrous.
It's nice to see a big turbo in a bay because everyone likes that. So
And we used to deal with TD04s and a couple of CT9s. So it's nice to get a proper Big Daddy turbo.
yeah,
2860 Garrett with a .64 AR rear housing. So maybe a little laggier than a TD04, just a little bit. But
Yeah.
definitely worth a boost when it comes on.
and I can't wait to hear. Well, Reece will make a dose pipe for this. You already know what it's going to sound like.
Oh yes.
What we have here is
Oil restrictors
yeah,
for his oil feed line.
and his water ones.
Depending on the turbo that you want to run, you need to fit different restrictors. So you've got 1.5 mil, you'll have 2 mil, 2.5 mil, and then you'll have unrestricted, which is for the most oil you can get.
I have to speak quite loud now because Sean's on a dyno mapping. But
He's actually mapping a very, very cool 4 AGE SR glancer. Let's go and show that sneak peek here. The owner himself. We've got a lovely 4H SR here that's in full mapping.
that is pretty nice. Did that just go there? Ah,
I believe so.
that's right. It's impossible. So it goes there like that. And then we just got to get a little 90-degree silicon pipe. So that goes like that. Nice little, easy that is.
It is.
That is really smart because normally people buy the Weapon kits and they have to modify them because some of them it's not just bolt on. Half of them have to cut here and then just have a long fucking
Rubber tube.
and
yeah.
it just all kinks. It's just not
As
good.
you can see, the top mount kits do sit quite low, and the return is only. Oh, the return, the exposure's shit. There you go.
There we go.
There's the return right below the little pipes at the manifold there. So on some turbos, it's a bit awkward to get the return on, but Weber have already made, as you've shown you, this lovely.
So at least we've got a gasket for it, but it doesn't come in bolts. But we can get some bolts anyway, so it doesn't really matter. There's his oil feed. So I just screw onto the turbo, and it comes with the fittings as well. In case it's the wrong fitting, and we also have his water lines. Well, go straight to the thermostat housing, and they're already cut for us. So this should just bolt on, as we just said, bolt on kit. So
It's
obviously
quite rare in it that we get a
nice
good bolt-on kit that
and it's really
quite
nice
literally
fittings
bolts
as
on
well.
with no mods.
Red and black, red and blue. Sorry, looks smart. Nice with the turbo blanket. That will be going on last because we've got to fit all the fittings and obviously the downpipe, and that will go on. I've already test fitted it very close to his radio slamp panel, so it just catches a little bit, but at least it's heat proof because it won't melt any wires. Because normally, apparently on these, I've seen them on TikTok and YouTube. you can touch it while you're doing a dyno run, so we are going to test that. So turbos all bolted on now, mocking up all the fittings, well the water lines because they need cutting because Weppers gave us a longer one, so obviously they're probably just making in bulk lots of them. So I've got to be really close here because it's touching the hot side, so I'm going to mount it here so it doesn't touch, and then mock it up here, and then start getting the angle grinder out, and then cut it all up to place, and then we can start putting the downpipe on. I have to speak a bit loud because John's obviously tuning that.
Hear that 4H screaming. Wire tuck's done. Well, not done. Wires all taped on now. I just need to make it a bit neater and tuck it all away. I'm going to try and retain the stock clip mounting. I've got one in the drawer, and I need to get a fir tree zip tie, put that in there, mount it there. Need to tuck all this down the back because, as you can see, Sean's made it really long just in case. So what we'll do is we'll just tuck this, obviously a lot nicer than this, and then tuck it down there at the back so it's out of the way.
So the boost pipes are here all in now. So it looked really nice, this bay roll.
Yes, it will.
I'm so excited for this one. It's just nice to have a nice build because obviously it's all new parts. It's going to look amazing when this all done.
We have got a bit of a graft today though. We do have to fit a intercooler.
Yeah, so we've got to mock it all up.
Yeah, it's quite a big intercooler. It's on the floor over there. As you can see, it's quite thick. She's a thick girl. Yeah. And we want to try and retain the crash bar. We're hoping that just by taking this bracket off here, which is just 2 10mm bolts, one underneath this, that this intercooler will fit in this gap here. If not, the crash bar might have to be modified or removed, but we don't really want to do that because we like safety. Fingers crossed it will fit with just this out. And obviously I don't know why this happened or how this, the car is like this. So we need to get the bolt out of there, extract the bolt, and then re-tap it, or possibly even just weld this back on, because right now the thing that's keeping this radiator bracket, or like the front brace of the car, supported is a crash bar mounted to the chassis of the car, and then this little bracket that we need to take off to fit the intercooler. So if we remove this little bracket here, this has got no structural integrity whatsoever, so before we fit the intercooler we need to somehow fix that.
So what we've done so far, so the turbo's all on, as you already know, put all the coolant lines on now, and the oil feed as well. Reese has put the boost pipes on, but then we've got to mock up the intercooler. It's over here. Just put the power steering pump on for its new pulley. Intercooler's all welded on now on the brackets, so Sean's done all that, so the intercooler sits nice and straight. That's a nice fitment for this. I put a turbo blanket on because that's the one what he supplied with. Still got to fit a screen wash bottle reservoir what he's brought. Got to mock all that up and fit that. What else we done? Oh yeah, the side exit exhaust. That's all on there. Just a bit of messing around because from the last clip I showed you guys, the radiator was touching a little bit. We managed to sort it all out now. It's a very close fitment. These water lines will get zip tied or whatever you can do with them. You can buy like a plate what puts them together and makes it look nice. You can have that if you want to, but I'm going to just zip tie it for now so it doesn't touch the radiator. What else we've got to do to this is all the return line and all the fuel lines for the fuel rail and the fuel pressure regulator and the vacuum lines. I'm going to end the video here now, guys. I hope you guys have liked this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and comment down below any questions, and hopefully you'll see another video on this, on the rollers and the first startup. And that's it really. Do you want to say bye, Reese?